Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome, grade 7, lesson 2, general characteristics of living organisms. In this lesson, we are studying the living organisms and the general characteristics of living organisms. When you see a living organism, it must have some characteristics to say that it is a living organism. And it make it different from non-living things. It make it different from non-living things. For example, if you see a bird and a window, the bird is different from the window. Why? The bird makes something called the characteristics of living organisms, the characteristics of life, like nutrition. It feeds, it can eat. The bird can eat. The window can eat? No, the window cannot eat. But the bird can eat. Respiration, the bird can respire, but the window doesn't respire. Transport, the meaning of transport, circulation. It has a circulatory system. Excretion, movement, growth, sensation, reproduction, adaptation. All of these are the characteristics of living organisms, and non-living things cannot make. First, the meaning of nutrition. The meaning of nutrition, it is one characteristic of living organisms, and it means getting food. Nutrition, obtaining food. That represent the main source of energy and produce substances that are used in building their body. So nutrition meaning getting food or obtaining food. Why we need food? Why do we need food? Living to get energy. The food is a source of energy, and also it helps in building our body. The food helps in building our bodies.
Okay.
And living organisms obtain their food by two different ways. By two different ways. One of them is called autotrophic organism, and the other is called heterotrophic organism. The first one, autotrophic, means the organisms which can make their own food by a process called photosynthesis. And they are called producers. We have studied in maybe grade 5. You remember producers?
Yes.
They make their own food by photosynthesis process. But the other living organisms which cannot make their food by photosynthesis and they depend on the producers, they get their food from other living organisms. These are called heterotrophic organisms or heterotrophs. Organisms that depend on directly or indirectly on the other producers to obtain their food, and they are called consumers. Consumers. Type. What is the difference between prokaryotes and eukaryotes in nutrition? Bacteria, for example. Bacteria, prokaryote or eukaryote? Prokaryote. Yeah, prokaryote. And some types of bacteria, like blue-green bacteria, can make the photosynthesis process, and they can make their food. So they can be producers. Some kinds of bacteria, like blue-green bacteria. Look at the picture. It can make photosynthesis process. Yes. This is a kind of bacteria called blue-green bacteria. So some bacteria are autotrophs and some bacteria are heterotrophs. Let's go to nutrition in eukaryotes. Some of them also is autotrophs and some of them also are heterotrophs. Some algae and the plants, green algae and the plants can make photosynthesis process. So they can make food by themselves. They are autotrophs or producers. Man and the animals are heterotrophs. Why we are heterotrophs, Adam? Why we are consumers?
Because we depend on others.
Yeah, we depend on the producers, yeah, directly or indirectly, to obtain our food. Directly, like the cow. The cow eats the plants directly. And the human eat the cow So we depend on the plant also, but indirectly, because we eat the meat of the cow. The cow was depend on the plant in the beginning. So we depend also on the plant directly or indirectly. Give reason, plant is considered producer. The bean plant is considered producer because it can make
its own food.
It can make its own food by photosynthesis process. Yeah, I'll give reason a plant and algae are producers. All because they are autotrophs and they can make their food by themselves by photosynthesis process. And they have the chloroplast. The chloroplast in the plant absorbs sunlight because the chloroplast contains a green pigment which is called chlorophyll. The green pigment in the plant, which is called chlorophyll, help in absorbing sunlight. The chlorophyll help in absorbing sunlight. And that makes the color of the plant green. It gives the plant a green color. Why the plant have green color? Because it has a green pigment which is called chlorophyll in the chloroplasts.
Okay.
And the leaves of the plant absorb carbon dioxide from the atmospheric air and absorb water and nutrients from the soil, and also absorb carbon dioxide from the air, and the sunlight absorb it from the sun rays, so they can make photosynthesis process and they can make their food, and also they make oxygen. When they make photosynthesis process, they make food and oxygen. The food in the form of glucose sugar is formed in the green leaves, and also it produces oxygen. So the plants are very important in our life. Why the plants are very important in our life?
Because it make
food and
oxygen.
Oxygen by photosynthesis process. So the plants are very important. Here he described how the photosynthesis process happens. The equation of the photosynthesis. The plant needs three things: water and the nutrients, of course, water and the nutrients, carbon dioxide, and also the light energy. So the plant can make photosynthesis and make food or glucose and also make oxygen. So the energy here, the light energy changes into food. The light energy changes into food. Energy and matter are two forms of the same thing. They can be transformed into one another. Light energy is converted into stored chemical energy in the form of glucose during photosynthesis process. So the light energy stored in the plant in the form of chemical energy in the glucose molecule by photosynthesis process. Look at this question. We have A, water, B, glucose, C, carbon dioxide, D, oxygen. Which of the following equation illustrate the process of photosynthesis process? اللي هي food production in the plant. Which one is correct?
A plus C.
أيوه.
Sunlight.
A plus what? A plus C. ولا A plus C؟ A plus A.
الإجابة B.
أيوه A plus C. أيوه كده. A plus C اللي water plus A carbon dioxide. Produce glucose and oxygen. B plus D. So the correct answer is B. Your answer is correct. Okay. Very good, Yada. This here life application, artificial photosynthesis. The scientists make something like the plant leaf. It can absorb sunlight and it can make oxygen. The leaves are supplied with hydrogen gas and absorb carbon dioxide emitted from the car exhaust, factories, and the power station to produce environmentally friendly fuel to reduce the global warming caused by increasing the percentage of carbon dioxide gas in the atmosphere. This leads to elevation of the Earth's temperature. طبعا, this something is called artificial photosynthesis. They make something like the plant leaves, which can absorb carbon dioxide and can give oxygen. Second characteristic of living organism, which is respiration. What is the meaning of respiration? It is a process which living organisms obtain oxygen gas directly from its surrounding environment or through the respiratory system and release carbon dioxide during the gas exchange. So the respiration opposite to photosynthesis. In photosynthesis, the plant take carbon dioxide and produce oxygen. In respiration, we take oxygen and produce carbon dioxide. Easy. Some animals or some living organisms take oxygen very easy. The unicellular organisms take oxygen very easy from the surrounding environment without any system. They don't need any system. They don't have a respiratory system. They take oxygen directly. Okay? Like amoeba, for example. The amoeba take oxygen from the cell membrane and remove carbon dioxide from the cell membrane. This way of respiration in amoeba, the very simple way. No need for respiratory system. No need for nose, trachea, lungs, and no need. It's only by a diffusion. Oxygen go inside and carbon dioxide go outside. This is a simple way of respiration in unicellular organisms like amoeba. But the respiration in the multicellular organism need a system. The respiration in multicellular organisms like eukaryotes, they need a system to make respiration. For example, the mammals have a respiratory system. We have studied it in grades 4 and 5. We need the respiratory system, the important organ in respiratory system. What is the important organ in respiratory system? In our respiratory system, what is the most important organ?
Lungs.
Lungs, very good. And the amphibians are mammals. Of course, we are mammals. We use the respiratory system, and our respiratory system have lungs. Amphibians like the frog and the toad have lungs and skin. They can respire by lungs and also skin. Their respiratory system depends on the lungs and also depend on the skin. And the fish can get oxygen dissolved in water by something called a gills. We have studied also in grade 4. So the respiratory system of the fish, as the main organ in the respiratory system of the fish, is called what? Gills.
Yeah.
And the insects have also respiratory system. They obtain oxygen from atmosphere by something called tracheal tubes. Tracheal tubes. So the locust or the insects use a respiratory system, very simple respiratory system. It doesn't contain lungs or gills, but it contains something called tracheal tubes. Tracheal tubes. So insects have a different respiratory system from fish. You only give reason. Insects have different respiratory system from fish. Always, because insects respiratory system has
tubes.
tracheal tubes, but the fish have a gills. Okay.
Okay.
Now the plants make respiration also, but how the oxygen go inside and outside? By something called stomata. You remember stomata? Stomata,
Yes.
it's small opening on the plant leaves which allow the oxygen and carbon dioxide to go inside and outside.
Yeah.
So it makes gas exchange or air go inside and go outside by small holes called a stomata. But the plant doesn't have a respiratory system. Doesn't have lungs, doesn't have gills like animals. Only the organ which allow air to go inside and outside the leaves, which and the holes which enter the air enter from it is called stomata. We only give reason. Both photosynthesis and respiration in plant is considered opposite processes. Why photosynthesis and the respiration are opposite? Why? Why they are opposite? In
Because
photosynthesis. Yeah, in photosynthesis, the plant absorbs what?
during photosynthesis, plant absorb carbon dioxide gas and produce oxygen, while during respiration it obtains oxygen from the atmospheric air.
And release carbon dioxide.
Dioxide.
Look at this question. The light energy go to the plant make something here, and something here go to the animal. Why? Why this is why? What is why do you think? And Z. Y and Z, what do you think? From the plant go to the animal. Y and Z, what do you think? And X from the animal go to the plant. What do you think? X. Of course, X go from the
And
plant to the
why
animal.
it's glucose and oxygen.
Okay, and X is what?
X, it's carbon dioxide.
Okay, good. So now X, Y, and Z in respectively. So it will be what? Answer is correct.
C.
Very good. Very good. And now something respiration process happen in the respiratory system. There is a process called cellular respiration. Cellular respiration. يعني respiration happen inside the cell. Respiration happen inside the cell. And the cellular respiration is a vital process involving breaking down of organic nutrients. يعني الfood like glucose is broken down by the help of oxygen in the presence of oxygen. The food or the glucose is broken down and they gave water and carbon dioxide and also gave energy. This is a cellular respiration. Again, inside the cells, what happened to the food and what happened to the oxygen? The oxygen help in burning food, breaking down the food, and release energy from the food. So we need energy. We get it from the food. How? By the help of oxygen. The oxygen help in breaking down glucose and produce energy. And also water and carbon dioxide are produced. This is the meaning of cellular respiration. Again, what is the meaning of cellular respiration, Adam?
It's a ritual process involves breaking down organic nutrients, especially glucose, in the presence of oxygen to release the energy required to carry out all biological activities.
Okay, so every body cell in our body makes cellular respiration. Where exactly? Inside the mitochondria. You remember something called mitochondria? Remember something called mitochondria inside the cell? You remember we studying grade 6. The powerhouse of the cell. The powerhouse of the cell is called mitochondria. Inside the mitochondria, glucose is broken down by the help of oxygen and produce energy and also produce carbon dioxide and water. Okay? This is the mitochondria which make cellular respiration. But in the plant, the chloroplast make photosynthesis process. The photosynthesis process happen inside the chloroplast. So where the respiration happen? Inside the mitochondria. Where is the photosynthesis happen? Inside the chloroplast.
Okay.
Okay, this is inside the cell. This is inside the cell. Look at question number 5. In the opposite figure, Which of the following describe the process of carrying? Look at the process here. There is oxygen go outside, and there is carbon dioxide go inside. Is it the respiration or photosynthesis?
What?
Is it when the oxygen go outside and the carbon dioxide go inside the leaf? Is it respiration or photosynthesis?
Photosynthesis.
Carbon dioxide go inside and the oxygen go outside. This is photosynthesis. Very good, yeah. This is photosynthesis process. طيب. In the artificial photosynthesis, artificial leaves are supplied with what gas?
Hydrogen.
Hydrogen gas. Okay. Transport. We have studied also the circulatory system in grade what? In grade 5. You remember the circulatory system?
Yes.
We studied it in grade 5 and also in grade 6. The circulatory system, the human body made of the heart, the blood, and the blood vessels. You remember?
Yes.
The heart, the blood, and the blood vessels. Look here. What are the components of the human circulatory system? Number 1, heart, the organ which pumps the blood to all body parts. And the blood vessels, which are arteries, veins, and the blood capillaries. Arteries, veins, and the blood capillaries. And finally, the blood, the liquid which carry oxygen and food to all body parts. What is the difference between arteries and veins? Which of them carry the blood from the heart to all body parts? Artery or vein?
Arteries.
Artery. And which of them carry the blood from all body parts to the heart?
Veins.
Vein. Okay, good. Which of them carry oxygenated blood?
Arteries.
Artery. Which of them carry deoxygenated blood?
Veins.
Vein. Very good. So this circle like this, it's called the blood circulation. The heart pump the blood to the artery. The artery pump the blood to all body, to blood capillaries. The blood capillaries to the body cells, then to the blood capillaries again, to the veins, finally to the heart again. This is called the blood circulation. The blood circulation. And it is a closed cycle. It is a closed cycle and repeated many times. It is repeated every day, many times. The blood circulation is a closed cycle, but is it the digestive system is a closed cycle also? The digestive system is a closed cycle also like circulation?
No.
No, because the food entered from the mouth and the waste go outside the anus. It is open, not closed. Okay?
Okay.
But the blood return back to the heart many times. Transporting the plant. Also have studied in grade 5. The plant has two transport tissues, xylem tissue and phloem tissue. Xylem tissue and phloem tissue. Xylem carry water and nutrients from the soil to the root to the stem, then to the leaves. Up. Carry, transport the water and mineral salts from the root to the stem to the leaf. This is the xylem. What is the function of the phloem? The phloem tissue, can you tell me?
Transport the food produced by photosynthesis from the leaves to the rest of the plant.
From the leaves to the rest of the plant. So it is opposite to xylem. Xylem in direction to the leaves, but phloem in opposite direction to all parts of the plant. This is the flow. And they transport the ready-made food or the glucose made by photosynthesis process. So we have two tissues, xylem and phloem. Study the opposite diagram, then can conclude the letter representing each part of the plant: root, stem, leaves. Water is the dots, and the food is dots, but water is a straight line. So food comes from W to all parts. What do you think W is what? Food goes like this. So what W is what? The leaf of the or the root?
No, this is the root.
It makes the food and send it to all body parts. So W, I think it is the leaf.
No, it's the root. Because the root starts.
Look here, food is dots. Water was straight line.
Okay.
So Z is the root. Why? Because it sends the water up to Z, to X and Y. W.
No, this is the stem.
Z is what?
Stem.
Why?
Because it's carries the food and the water. It's the both.
D is stem. Okay, ماشي. طيب, Y and W. The important here, Y and W. Y send the water to Z. So what send the water to the stem? So this is the stem. So what do you think Y is? What do you think Y is?
Root.
Okay, very good. Root. So the root sends water to the stem, then to what? X is what?
I don't know.
X maybe leaves.
Maybe what?
X is A.
A.
X is what? Maybe
Wow.
flowers.
Flower.
Maybe flowers.
Okay.
It may be flower. Okay? Because it receives both food and water, but doesn't send anything. Doesn't send anything. Now W is what? It receives water and send the food. So W must be leaves. W must be leaves.
Leaves.
So now we conclude that W is leaf, Z is stem, Y is root, and the X may be flower or maybe fruit. It can be flower or fruit, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Let's go to excretion. Also, we have studied excretion in grade 6. You remember the excretory system, the urinary system, and the skin, and the respiratory system. There is
Yes.
3 systems help in excretion. There is 3 systems help in excretion. There is 3 systems. The lungs help in getting rid of carbon dioxide, and they exist water vapor. And the kidneys get rid of a urine, exists water and salts, urea and uric acid. And the skin or the sweat glands on the skin get rid of a water and salts in the form of sweat. So excretion has 3 systems: lungs, kidney, and skin. Lungs get rid
And
of air, carbon dioxide, and water vapor. And kidneys get rid of excess water, salts, and urea. And Sweat glands or the skin get rid of a sweat, excess water and salts. You remember this? We have studied in grade 6.
Yes.
Excretion means getting rid of wastes. Excretion getting rid of wastes. And this device help the person who has a kidney failure to clean his blood. This is the system device which used for the person who suffer from kidney failure to clean and filter his blood from this system by this device. You know, this device is called artificial kidney. The artificial kidney. All the purifying kidney, artificial purifying kidney. Excretion in plant, the same way of respiration. The carbon dioxide gas go inside and oxygen go outside, and vice versa. This is by the help of the small holes on the plant leaf. What is the name of the small holes in the plant leaf which help in gas exchange? What is the name of the holes on the plant leaf which help in allowing air to go inside and outside, carbon dioxide and oxygen? What is the name of the small hole? Huh? Stomata. Very good. Stomata. How does stomata open and close? How can it open and close? By the help of guard cells. Two guard cells. Two guard cells. They open and close the stomata. So the guard cells help in opening and closing the stomata in the plant leaves. Finally, the last characteristic, which is movement. We move by our legs, our skeletal system, muscular system. But how about the small unicellular organisms? How the amoeba move? The amoeba move something called pseudopoda. Pseudopoda. False feet. It makes something called pseudopoda. The P here is a silent. Pseudopoda. It's the false feet. It can move to the left, to the right, anyway, by these feet. And it's fake feet, not real feet. Okay? And paramecium move by cilia. Cilia here. There is many cilia here. Look here. Look, I will draw some cilia. Cilia. Like here. Cilia is like here. Cilia is like here. Look, I am drawing cilia now. Cilia like this. Cilia like this. It helps like paddles. It helps the paramecium to move. Look here. The cilia help the paramecium to move. And the euglena move by what? Euglena move by what?
Flagellum.
By flagellum. This is called flagellum. Flagellum. It is a way of movement, like a tail, like a tail which make it move. The tail is called flagellum. 1 minute only, and we will finish, Adam. Our movement by what system? We move by what system? Musculoskeletal system. You remember we studied the musculoskeletal system before?
Yes.
The muscles is muscular system. The skeleton is the skeletal system. By the help of two systems, we can move. By the help of muscular system and the skeletal system. And some plants can move, like opening the gazania flower during the daytime and close during the night. The gazania flower can open in the daytime and can close in the night. This is a movement in the plant. And also, mimosa plant leaves can close when you touch it. Mimosa plant leaf can close when you touch it. And the movement of the sunflower during the daytime with the direction of the sun. The movement with the sunflower with the direction of the sun. This is the movement in the plant. And we come here to the end of the lesson, Adam. Can you solve this homework? Can you solve? How many pages can you solve?
2.
Maybe 3. If you can, solve 3 pages, okay?
Okay.
We come to the end now, Adam. Inshallah, we'll meet again in next session, inshallah. Thank you and goodbye.